My name is Isaac Heller. I'm founder and president at Trullion, AI-powered software company. I'm really grateful that all you made it out today to our event, Accounting 2030, Transforming the CFO and Audit Handshake. A little bit about what is Accounting 2030. We're putting forth a technology vision for the next 5 years as it relates to the CFO audit handshake. We believe at Trullion, like many in this room, that AI will have a generational impact on the accounting industry. But quite frankly, it's a little bit paralyzing and overwhelming to hear all of the hype and the ideas about what it could look like. So our goal here is not necessarily to give answers, but to ask a few questions and start the conversation as a community. We've got 5 years to start to put some who, when, how benchmarks in place for Accounting 2030. Our first panel is with Mark, Dante, and Artie. We'll get started in a minute. Second panel on internal audit. And third, we've got some great founders and CEOs building the next-gen CFO and audit technology. Many of you know Trullion, but just before, a little bit of the state of our business. So again, Trullion's an AI-powered technology company. I'm founder and now chairman and president. The company was started 7 years ago, actually at East Broadway and Clinton down in New York City. I'm from Texas, but that's where it started. And it's been an amazing journey. Today, in 2025, we have over 100 employees globally. We've got a great team here in New York, in addition to a new office in London and product and engineering in Tel Aviv. We've had a record year in terms of revenue, driven by a lot of demand for AI technology in both the accounting and the audit sectors. And we've also had an amazing leadership update this year. I'm very proud, we've announced it online, but to share with all you in this room that Artie Minson has become our new CEO. And Artie and I will partner together to drive the next phase of Trullion. And I'm sure you'll learn more about Artie in a minute. Why focus on audit this year, right? We're really leaning into the audit industry. There's a talent shortage, as you can see on the right. That's the number of graduates in accounting every year. This was an article just yesterday by Accounting Today. Audit quality's gotten a lot better, thanks to people like Dante and Richard and Ernst & Young, but there's still opportunities to improve. And there's questions around how AI can be deployed within the audit practice. We feel at Trullion that there's already a collective spend from the Office of the CFO in audit services, over $250 billion a year globally. And if you start to add up the spend in internal accounting services and external tax advisory, it's over $1 trillion globally. Now, we're not trying to spend less, but there's an idea that with a stronger CFO audit handshake, we could get more together out of that investment that exists already. It's also an emotional aspect. You know, Artie talks about starting his career at Ernst & Young in audit and becoming a CFO, and we would love to build the excitement for the next generation of accountants. So with that existing investment, we can also transform the community. So you'll hear a little bit about the players in internal audit and advisory. One concept just to keep in mind is CFOs today have their own tech stack, and often it's on the opposite side of the room from the audit and the audit tech stack. Now, we believe there's a lot of performance and re-performance in this dynamic, and through AI technology, we could bring it together in things like a knowledge base where CFOs and auditors can share in common technology in the handshake. And then lastly, because accounting is this strong community of external and internal service providers, if we can agree on some of these technologies and frameworks, we could bring everyone into a similar place and get more ROI for our investment. One big trend this year is vertical AI, okay? First of all, you've probably seen this, but the AI market is absolutely bonanza right now, okay? This is just private investment, over $200 billion as of Q3. This doesn't include all the public data center investments, but it's going absolutely crazy. And even CFO technology and audit technology is hot. Just to layer deep, what I've seen just in this summer, next-gen ERP, right? Who's going to be the next NetSuite, Oracle, SAP? This is just in the past few months, big rounds, Sequoia, Andreessen pouring money into the space. When I started this 7 years ago, it probably took, I don't know, 4 or 5 years for another audit solution to come into Y Combinator. Now there's 5, right? It is absolutely picking up right now, at least in the private and innovation markets, largely after ChatGPT in 2023 and the LLMs improving in 2024. Now, vertical AI is something I want to share with you today. Before we talk about vertical, let's talk about horizontal. There's a question of which technology providers are going to bring the CFO audit handshake, the accounting industry, into the next era. We find that the traditional database providers, Oracle, SAP, and Excel, are in a commoditized database and aren't really able to flex to the unique AI use cases needed for this industry. We also find that when you work with LLMs, they can do really good horizontally across a wide range of use cases, but they can't go deep into accounting and audit use cases. So this has led in 2025 and the past couple years to the rise of vertical AI. Vertical AI is the idea that in every vertical that we all know well, sales, engineering, legal, there will be strong applications that build deeper and deeper and deeper into those verticals and service the unique needs of that vertical. And in the accounting and audit industry, it's very unique. So let me give you an example. At Trullion, we have a financial statement review module. And if you put in a financial statement, we tested this on a public company statement. If you put in that financial statement into OpenAI and asked to do an audit review, you get about 60 to 65% accuracy as it relates to mathematical accuracy, ticking and tying. If you put it into an Excel plugin, you get about 80% accuracy, okay? Right now, Trullion is benchmarking close to 95% accuracy on this procedure. So again, vertical AI is the idea of deepening and specializing in one area. Obviously, the market's reacting. By the way, we're not announcing some raise right now, but just to be clear, this is our category, right? Vertical AI. If many of you have seen this, all of our engineers at Trullion use Cursor. Cursor's like, GitHub Copilot. Harvey is a legal company based in New York that's done tremendous with both general counsels and law firms. And we believe that accounting is ripe to be next, and we've got to do it together. I plugged this into ChatGPT. I said, when it comes to new technology, how quickly does accounting and audit adapt? So on the bottom row is years to mainstream adoption. And what it tells you is sales and engineering are usually the early adopters. About 6 years later, legal industry adopts, and about 8 to 9 years later, accounting and audit adopts. This is going back to cloud. This is about cycles and cycles. So we're sitting somewhere in year 4, year 5 of this adoption cycle, and accounting and audit is next. What's unique about accounting and audit is there's multiple parties. There's a lot of performance, reperformance, work, and rework. There's a regulated aspect to this. When we think about AI, the rigid rules of FASB and PCOB are actually very conducive to AI because we've got a very defined place that we need to get to, right? Legal is a little bit more subjective. It's a little bit more about posture. But with rules like FASB, PCOB, IFRS, accounting and audit becomes primed to actually get more of an ROI on AI adoption. We're just in the beginning. Accounting 2030 is about, again, asking the questions and sharing the ideas about the next 5 years.